going on to all of my Virgos out there? Please make sure to get the book at Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. The links will be in the description box below as usual. If you'd like to contact me for personal reading, my email address as well as the prices are in the description box below as usual. Wow, look at the clarity on that camera. Wow. Anyway, so let's get to your reading. I am going to be using the Voodoo New Orleans, or the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. All right. Been studying voodoo. Very interesting stuff. So let's get into it. So the cards that I come up with for the Virgos are the Master of the Head, Azaka La Flambeau, and you could read the name of it at the bottom there if you can see it. But Man Brigitte, La Place, Azaka, Oshun, Deluge, Oya, Grand Boyce, Zé, Toilet, Masala Flambeau, Coche, Polo Dumare, The Market, and last but not least, we have Zombie. Okay. So what I'm saying here for the Virgos, right? I'm a Virgo myself. My birthday was yesterday. Oh, more so accurately on the 27th, just in case if this comes out at a later date. But anyway, so what I'm seeing here for you is how a lot of the Virgos, Master of the Head, are getting over some of the inner fears that you had, or the inner anxieties that you've had about relationships and dating, and the concepts that you once had about relationships and dating. The Azaka and the Man Brigitte both represent how, and you seem to be attractive to other people. A lot of people see you as attractive. You know, people see you as attractive. Azaka La Flambeau, you're doing your own thing. Being the outcast that some of you Virgos are, right? Virgo is the zodiac sign of the outcast. You understand? As to where Gemini is the zodiac sign of kind of fitting in, because remember, Gemini is an air sign, and they very much do fit in, even though Gemini does stand out in a crowd in certain regards. Because see, Gemini does everything that they can to intergrade, as to where Virgo doesn't necessarily do that. The difference is that Gemini and Virgo are very smart, right? Basically two smartest zodiac signs. But Gemini ends up getting outcasted in certain times, even though Geminis do want to fit in, right? But with Virgo, it's a love-hate relationship, and I gotta break this down. It becomes a love-hate relationship amongst other people in yourselves, Virgo, because you're not necessarily asking to be accepted or validated. It's more so that the Virgos end up getting outcasted, ignored, crapped on, due to that fact that they're not really trying to, or they're not really trying to conform or get accepted. But no, a lot of people do find you attractive around this time, Virgo. The La Place and the Azaka represents how, and you Virgos are seeming to be the hermit. You know, you show up, right? You show up, you show out, you have a lot of fun. People see you as attractive, and then you go off and you do your own thing, whatever it may be. And that result of that, a lot of people are wondering about you. A lot of people are thinking, where in the world is Virgo? What is Virgo doing right now? I wonder what the Virgos are on, right? It's that mystery. And see, the Oshun represents how a lot of you Virgos are all too happy to continue to be by yourselves and go off and do your own thing. The deluge now, right? The deluge or the deluge represents how the deluge and Oya, because if you pay attention to it, Oya causes the picture on the deluge, because Oya represents the storm deity. But some people's lot, I ain't gonna say their whole life is crumbling, but some people really want to know what you're doing and where you at and what's going on with you. Some people really do desperately want to know what's going on with you. They see you as a zodiac sign, but people in general, right? As individuals who, not asking to be accepted, can even be considered to be weird, right? Or outcasted. Because Mercury, wink, wink, hint, 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 right? What is Wednesday called in Spanish? Mercules, right? But if you ever do the research to Mercules, excuse me, is Odin, right? In Norse mythology. And Odin is what? The deity of outcasts. Wink, wink, hint, hint. So as a result of that, right, people do want to get to know you because the mystery is always going to be there. Grand Bois and Ze or Toi, I guess. I'm just taking a guess. My great grandma, my great grandma knew fluent French. Excuse me. I don't. They never passed it down, even though I know the reason why they never passed it down. But anyway, the Grand Boys and the Ze Toilette represents how, as a result of this, there's this, you will hear from these people, right? There's this downpour of the people who do have access to you will reach out and will try to say something to you, and will try to communicate with you if you don't reach out to them at first, right? They will do the reaching out. Yes, they will do the reaching out because they definitely want to know what's going on with you. Now, the Masa La Flambeau represents you can choose to hang out with whomever it is that you want to hang out with, but the Coche as well as the Ola Dumare is that they won't want you to leave. They want to continue to stay. And the Ola Dumare is that they are absolutely fascinated with you, by you. They do not want you to leave their side. When you're hanging out with them, they are paying attention to the details. They are meticulous. You know what I'm saying? They are like a military Swiss watch. They are meticulous. Or maybe even a digital watch. It's still meticulous. It's military. So the market, the last two cards, market and the zombie, is that the market represents how they may want to hang out with you a little bit more, right? They may want to hang out with you a little bit more. The zombie represents, but to you, they may be just like other people. So you Virgos may be hanging out with them, the ones who choose to hang out with them. But it seems to me as if the Virgos are looking for something. And what the Virgos are looking for is the Virgos may be looking for some sort of unique property about them, right? Their real selves. And that will show you whether or not you should continue to hang out with them. If not, the Virgos are all too happy. Look, market X at the top, which is 10. And then zombie X11 or XII, which is 12. So you can see a series of progression here. Let's clarify the Olodumare, which is them watching you, right? Look at the card. them watching you. They can't take their eyes off you, right? So, Five of Swords, Knight of Wands, Nine of Wands, Knight of Wands, and Nine of Wands. So, Five of Swords, Knight of Wands, Nine of Wands. They would like to make it seem as if they could, my baby. They would like to make it seem as if they could W, or they would W. Right, W, right, W, which is they don't freak with you. But, right, that's the terminology that we use in New York, dub, right? A W, right, or a win is different than a dub. A dub basically means they're like, nah, they're not really freaking with you like that. They stop you in your tracks, basically. And they would like to think that they can do that to you, but they're having a hard time doing that, you know? So they want you, but the fear is really getting to them. Let's clarify the market. You know, they want to stop themselves because they're going to have too much of a good time with you. To clarify the market, the Lovers, King of Cups, Seven of Swords. The Lovers, they know that you and them may be a good match because they know you and they see you. And they see you as someone who has quality. The King of Cups, the Seven of Swords. And they know that you have your emotions under control, you know. But they see you as someone who is not someone like they've dealt before, because the King of Cups, they know good and well that you're not just going to kowtow and be completely emotional and swept away with only your emotions and lacking common sense. So the Seven of Swords represents how they perceive themselves as needing to be very strategic and tactical, how it is, like very strategic and tactical at how it is that they're going to approach you. You know, those types of people who do stuff like that, Virgos, are oftentimes very scared. 100% of the time, it's fear. You know what I mean? Okay, not 100%. I'll say 50%. It's either fear, straight up, because they want to be with you, but they know that their capabilities or lack thereof, and when it's matched or alongside the list with yours, they're very insecure of that, or it's because of a specific goal and you happen to be in the way, but it's not necessarily personal, right? But other than that, that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you'd like to contact me for personal reading, my email address as well as the prices are in the description box below. Still pretty cheap, you know, even though it's a $20 raise, it's still pretty cheap. If you don't believe me, check out other people's stuff. Peace.